Hello viewers. So in this video, we're going to look at changing of order of integration. So changing the order of integration. So looking at the examples that have to do with a sketch, and then you change the order. So to change the order, you can only change the order. You can effectively change the order after you have visualized the sketch of the region of integration. So it's very cardinal to start by visualizing before you attempt to change. That's very significant. So we have an example here. The first thing I do is I must very sure and very clear that I understand the limits that I have. So in this case, these limits are for the x variable and the limits inside are for the y variable. So for the x, we have 0 less or equal to x, which is less or equal to 1. For y, we have 2 less or equal to y, which is less or equal to 4 minus 2x. So what do we do? So we're saying, okay, with the x, we have no problem. No challenge there. We will start from 0 and go up to 1. But with y, we have y equal to 2, the straight line. Okay. We also have y equal to 4 minus 2x. So the first thing we do is to see if these two are going to intersect. These are functions of y. So are they intersecting? So let's check. 2 minus 4. This is giving us minus 2x equal to minus 2. So x is equal to 1. So they're intersecting at x equal to 1. Beautiful. That is the boundary for x. X runs from 0 to 1. Okay. So now we sketch the graph of y equal to 4 minus 2x. So to sketch a straight line, you just need 2 points. And the best 2 points to pick are the intersection points. So we see what will be y when x is 0? It will be 4. So it's 4. The other thing is what will be x when y is 0? So we'll have 4 minus 2x equal to 0. That is minus 2x equal to minus 4. So x is equal to 2. So at x equal to 2, we'll have that. So meaning we have a line cutting this way. And then we have another line running from 2 going in this direction. The region of interest is from here, bounded from 0 to 1 and from 2 to 4, between the two lines. Between the two lines. So it means that we're looking at this section here. We're looking at this section here. This section there. So now we must change the order. So to change the order, our order was starting with x. Now we'll start with y. To start with y, we are targeting these boundaries. So from 2 to 4. Come back here and target from this side. So now we are moving in the x direction. So meaning from this to that. From that to that. So from x0 to where? To the line, this line. But this line must be in terms of x now must be the function. So we are saying, okay, it will be 4 minus 2x equal to y, meaning minus 2x equal to y minus 4. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. So we get x equal to 2 minus y over 2. So this will be 2 minus y over 2, and to be dx dy. So I've successfully changed the order. So once I'm able to sketch, the issue of changing the order becomes a very easy thing to do. Okay, becomes a very easy thing to do. Okay, let's go to the next example. Again, we must do the same. So example 2, from 0 to 1, and from y to the root of y. So this must be dx dy. Now we want to change to, we want to change to dy and dx. You see that? So this guy runs from 0 to 1, and the other one, so this is y, I mean, this is y. Then the other one runs from that. Okay, so it means that our sketch is going to be, so we're saying from 0 to 1, okay? Then the other one is x equal to y, which is a straight line here. Then x equal to the root of y. So this is a curve of this kind. Okay, so we must also know where they're intersecting. So the root of y equal to y. So meaning y squared minus y equal to 0. So we have this at y is 0, yes, at y is 1. So at y is 1. Now, if they're meeting at y is 1, we need to know their intersection on the x part. So you pick, when y is 1, you put in there, what will be x? X will be 1. So this is the boundary, that is the boundary that side. The interest is inside here. So now we're changing the order to dy dx. So meaning, we pick the limits for x, 0 to 1, the limits for y. So we'll start with the root. So now in this case, we wanted to put the root of y, but it must be in terms of x. So you go back to your functions. So we had x is equal to root y. You square and square so that y is equal to x squared. So we're starting from x squared. We're going to where? So we're saying these two are equal. So from x squared going to the line, y is equal to x, meaning we just put x there. So we've changed the order. We've changed the order there. Okay. So it's very interesting for as long as you are following the limits properly. For as long as you're following the limits properly, it's very interesting. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's do another one. This was a simple curve. So we do another one. Example 3. So I want one that has what kind? Okay, so this one from 0 to 2 and from 0 to 4 minus y squared dx dy. Okay, so I'll check that the y here. Okay, so when sketching, again, we've noticed that it is 0 less or equal to y less or equal to 2. Not an issue there. Okay. Okay, then the next one is, so the next one is from 0 to x 4 minus y squared. Okay, so now we have x is equal to 0. We also have x is equal to 4 minus y squared. So we need to sketch this 4 minus y squared. So this is a quadratic facing which side? Facing in the x direction. Okay, facing in the x direction. So we have 4 minus y. So when y is 0, we have 4. So when y is 0, we have positive 4. When y is 0, we have positive 4. Okay? Then, when x is 0, we have 4 minus y squared equal to 0, which is y squared is equal to 4. So y is plus or minus 2. So this curve is going to come this way. It's going to come this way. Negative 2 to positive 2. So the other one, the other x runs from where? X runs from 0. Y runs from 0 to 2. Okay, so y runs from 0 to 2. So we are only dealing with this section up here, the upper section. Okay, so let me draw it in red. So we only want this section here. This section here. This one. Okay, so what do? We now change the order. So we want to change the order from 0 to 4. That's for x. From 0 to 4 for x. And then for y, it will be from 0 again, from this line to the curve. Now the curve, we must be careful. So we want the curve to be y squared is equal to 4 minus x. And then we get the root. I'll get the root. So this is going to be y is equal to plus or minus the root of 4 minus x. So the upper part is going to be